The forgotten World War II hack that made soldiers unstoppable in the cold. It's 1945. The world is frozen in chaos. Armies locked in a brutal winter war where even the toughest soldiers are falling to cold and hunger. Yet in the white silence of Europe's mountains, a few Allied units somehow keep moving, alive, alert, unstoppable. Their secret? A strange, greasy paste, mixed from scraps no one else thought twice about. It worked so well, military command locked it away for decades. This is the story of the forgotten survival hack, so effective it was classified. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because the next few minutes might just change how you think about survival itself. When World War II hit its final years, nature became as lethal as any weapon. The winter of 1944–45 crushed soldiers across the front lines. Frostbite, starvation and exhaustion claimed more lives than bullets. Supplies froze, rations ran out, and fires were impossible to light without drawing enemy fire. Men were literally freezing in their boots. But soldiers are natural problem solvers. And in that frozen hell, necessity sparked a breakthrough, not from labs or command posts, but straight from the snow-covered trenches. A handful of soldiers discovered that combining animal fat, oats and melted snow created a high-calorie, slow-burning paste that kept them warm, full and alive. Simple? Yes, but almost too effective. This wasn't just another field meal, it was metabolic fuel, a survival powerhouse born out of desperation. So what exactly was this miracle mash? Field notes describe soldiers scraping leftover lard from cooking tins, mixing it with crushed oats from ration crumbs and melting snow into it until it formed a thick greyish paste. Not pretty, but deadly efficient. Here's why it worked. Animal fat packs over 9 calories per gram, more than twice what carbs deliver. When the body is pushed into survival mode, fat becomes the ultimate slow-burn fuel, helping retain core heat and preserve energy for hours. The oats added just enough starch for sustained release, balancing quick and long-term energy. Men who ate the mixture could go up to 36 hours without collapsing from hunger or cold. They stopped shaking, their focus sharpened. Even frostbite cases dropped. Some called it cold grease, others field butter. It was crude science, but it worked, and word spread through the ranks like wildfire. When the war ended, US and British nutrition researchers took notice. Reports from units in the Alps and Eastern Europe described soldiers surviving conditions that killed others within days. The War Department's medical and nutrition divisions quietly studied the formula. By 1947, it was officially filed under Field Nutritional Adaptations. And then, well, it was sealed. Why? 2 reasons. First, the Cold War had just begun. Arctic and mountain warfare was a growing frontier, and anything that gave soldiers an edge in extreme cold was considered, strategic intelligence. Second, military nutrition was moving toward regulation and mass production. The fat oat paste didn't fit any safety standard. No measured vitamins, no preservatives, no neat packaging. The army couldn't have soldiers mixing unregulated rations in the field, so they buried it. For decades, the fat paste lived in forgotten reports, labelled confidential. And with that, the survival hack faded from military memory. Fast forward 70 years. A team of military archivists digitizing World War II field manuals stumbled on some strange notes buried in cold weather operation files. Among them were scribbled recipes and calorie charts referencing a sustained fat oat compound. Survival researchers started experimenting, and to their surprise, the results matched the wartime reports almost perfectly. Modern testing showed that 100 grams of the mixture could deliver nearly 1,000 calories. It stayed edible for weeks in cold climates, required no cooking, and kept the body running long after normal rations would have failed. Mountaineers, polar explorers, and preppers began adopting a refined version now nicknamed Arctic Paste. It's basically survival food 2.0, the original keto hack, born in the trenches of World War II. Here's what makes this forgotten trick so powerful. When your body is fighting cold, it burns energy like a furnace. Carbs burn fast, flames that flash out quickly. Fat burns slow and hot, maintaining steady internal warmth and mental clarity. Combine that with hydration from melted snow and the sustained carbs from oats, and you've got a primitive but potent endurance formula. Modern expedition teams still use high-fat diets based on this principle. Antarctic researchers rely on pemmican, another fat-protein blend, while elite soldiers in Arctic drills are trained to prioritize calorie density over taste. The World War II grease mix wasn't just luck. It was an early application of metabolic science, decades before survival nutrition became a thing. And here's the kicker. Soldiers who used it weren't just surviving. They were outperforming. Endurance went up. Cold-related injuries dropped. Morale improved. One unit report even noted that men using the paste retained full marching strength despite limited supply. No wonder they classified it. This hack isn't just a curiosity. It's a reminder. Survival doesn't always come from high-tech gear or fancy equipment. Sometimes it's about knowing what your body truly needs when everything else runs out. The fat and oat paste proves a timeless principle. Simplicity saves lives. You know, the ingredients are easy to find, easy to store, and brutally efficient. For preppers and off-grid adventurers today, understanding how to build calorie-dense emergency food can mean the difference between lasting and losing in a survival situation. And maybe, you know, the best part? You can make it yourself. No lab, no ration kit, no command approval required. Just knowledge and grit. The same combination that kept a handful of freezing soldiers alive when the world was falling apart. The World War II survival hack wasn't a gadget or secret weapon. It was human ingenuity, a greasy, gritty, life-saving blend that defied both science and starvation. Buried for decades, rediscovered by accident, and now, well, back in the hands of those who actually care about survival. So, next time you're packing a bug-out bag or prepping for the unknown, remember this. Somewhere in that frozen winter of 1945, soldiers mixed fat, oats and snow, and rewrote the rules of endurance. If you want more stories like this, real survival history with lessons you can use today, don't just watch. Join us. Hit that subscribe button, share this with someone who's built for resilience, and keep your edge sharp. Because survival isn't about luck. It's about knowledge and the will to remember what others forgot.